talked about it earlier in the podcast. Not earlier in the podcast, but you talked about it earlier in the week in the group chat. I know how you feel about it, but let the people know how you feel about it, man. What you mad about, dog? What you mad about?
Today,
take it easy.
Today,
take it easy on them. Take it easy on them.
Today, I am upset. The past couple of weeks, I haven't been that upset. I've been like, I got some qualms here and there. But today, I am a little upset. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns is boring. It's boring. It's not urgent. I feel like I don't care. Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel like I can miss this feud? I'll tell you why. Last night's SmackDown, actually this past week's SmackDown, because it wasn't last night. We are recording on a Sunday. But this past week's SmackDown, it finally was scheduled to happen. After all the shenanigans since the press conference, we're finally going to get the one-on-one face-off between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. We haven't seen a one-on-one face-off between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes since last year's build-up to WrestleMania. We've been dealing with all of these switches, all of these bait and switches and pivots, because it was supposed to be The Rock versus Roman Reigns. It ended up not being that because the Cody Crybabies got involved, and then, Seth Rollins got involved, and we've seen The Rock carry 4 to 5 SmackDowns on his back, making everyone look like extras on a show of Friends. And it's been incredible. We've been having a great time. But this was the first time where we were going to get the focus on the main event, which is Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. And my God, did it suck. It was absolutely boring. A snooze fest. And I didn't understand why I felt that way. At the end of the segment, I was like, this is it? This is it? Like, that's it? That's all I'm getting? And I was so confused because everything on paper seemed as if this was a good promo. Roman Reigns comes out. He doesn't bring any of his lackeys, or so we thought. Cody Rhodes comes out. He doesn't bring any of his lackeys, or so we thought. Roman Reigns basically calls Cody Rhodes stupid, says he thinks with his heart, he's a politician. He says the same things, just in a different way. And he doesn't have the wits or the fortitude to be in the top position. That was, in a nutshell, Roman Reigns' promo exchange. Cody Rhodes basically alludes to the fact that, hey, I am this guy who is going to be number one, regardless if you think I'm a glorified number two, which Roman Reigns also said. He also doubled down in saying that I trust Seth Rollins despite what he's done because he hates you, Roman, more than he hates me. Great. And he also once again regurgitated the fact that he didn't know who ran the bloodline. Was it Roman Reigns or the final boss? And that was it. And then Roman Reigns has his lackeys come out. So I guess he lied. And then I guess Cody Rhodes was anticipating him lying. So he had his lackeys come out in the form of Jey Uso and Seth Rollins, which was probably the coolest part of the segment. And even that I didn't care about, if I'm just really being honest. Just being honest,
hoodies, man.
Yeah, like I just like, why
is Seth Rollins wearing a hoodie, bro?
Why is he wearing a hoodie, bro? I don't care. Like, I don't care about this. But why don't I care about this? Why is this not a bigger deal than I think it should be? And I'll tell you why. It's because we've seen it already. Not this face-off. It's not the fact that these two are facing off against each other again. That's not what I mean by we've seen this already. What I mean is that the booking is lazy. We are relying on the fact that this is a story that we have been following for a very long time. We are relying on the fact that there's built-in history between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. And we're not emphasizing the emotion behind this match. We're just showing up, hitting our marks, hitting our cues, and preparing ourselves to get to the next Raw and the next SmackDown and trotting along. What's wrong with this? I'll tell you what's wrong with this. Why is Roman not upset? He's just even keeled, judgmental, and acting like this doesn't matter. He should be upset. He should be furious at the fact that he has to do this again. He should be pissed off that he has to face this guy again. He should be enraged that he has to bestow upon Cody Rhodes another opportunity to do something that he couldn't do the first time. There's no emotion showed with that feeling or sentiment. He's not pulling from anywhere. Cody Rhodes is a politician. In this segment, he sounds like a politician. He sounds like Joe Biden.
The American white mare.
The American white mare. He sounds like he's just reading from a cue card when he should be obsessed. He should be possessed by the fact that his story was taken from him. He should feel like he's been waiting for this moment for a year. He should feel like he has been replaying Roman Reigns taking everything from him this entire 365 days, and he's finally got the chance to destroy this man. Instead, we just got some boring jabs and some repetition that we saw from last week's promo. And I'm here to say that this is lazy. You're relying too much on what's already built in. You're not selling this thing to me. And you know why you're not selling this thing to me? Because it wasn't even supposed to be sold to me. We know what was supposed to happen. And this points to the larger issue I have. Hello, Cody Crybabies. I'm on you. I'm on you, bro. I'm on every single one of you. Because I am you and you and I. You know, we are the IWC and we have to hold each other accountable. We are not good bookers. We don't know how to book wrestling, bro. We watch television and we want what we want because that's what fans and spectators are supposed to do. I told all of you 4 months ago, it could be worse. I told you 3 months ago, it could be worse. I told you 2 months ago, it could be worse. I told you a month ago, you're going to get the worst thing you could ever imagine. And I'm going to sit back here and win. And it hurts to win because we're starting to see the cracks. We are not interested in Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. And you know why? Because we got 4 weeks of the most electrifying man in sports entertainment carrying this company. And we realized how great he is. And now we're coming back to reality about the choices that we made. The Rock was so gracious. He was so gracious that he turned heel and said, you know what? Forgive me, Lord, for they know not what they do. And I'm going to make sure that I'm still in the main event of WrestleMania Night 1. And I'm going to give the people what they want, despite if they think they even want it. And now what? You know what? The truth is, Night 1 of WrestleMania is more anticipated than Night 2. We want to see this tag match more than we want to see Cody Rhodes finish this story. We don't give a damn about Cody Rhodes finishing his story. We don't care anymore, bro. And it may not be that way to the rest of the people right now, but I guarantee you the cracks are starting to show. Listen to me. I have told you all of this. I said all of this was going to happen. I told you, Qwan. I told you, Cooley. I told you, IWC. I said all of this was going to happen. I am a prophet on a hill reading the word of the Most High, and yet the non-believers shame me. They laugh at me. They laugh at me like hyenas.
Like hyenas.
And yet I am here to remind you of the cracks. Not only are we in one of the most boring periods of WrestleMania main events in history, it's going to suck even more when Cody Rhodes loses. My God. If there was anything from this promo at SmackDown, it should show you all that we are not bookers. We should have got Roman Reigns versus The Rock. Shouts to Shea Jackson for keeping it a beanstalk. I don't know if you guys have seen that tweet. I'm going to pull it up right now because I put it in a group chat not too long ago. I'm going to pull it up right now, man. Live on. O'Shea Jackson says.
O'Shea, man. This is O'Shea.
I'm giving him the A.
Why you do my man's name like that?
Because it's got an A. I don't understand why it's got an A. Why does that have what's the point of having an A in your name? You can't even pronounce it.
Got the silent A's.
I'm going to just call you O.
O'Shea.
O. Jackson says.
Ice Cube Jr.
Cube Jr. says, Ish is bad, man. The whole finish the story thing is something that Cody himself doesn't even like. This road to WrestleMania, with everything that's been happening, has tarnished both Seth and Cody's characters. Should have just left them Samoas alone, but you couldn't. And I'm here to tell you it's about to get worse. That is my TED Talk. Qwan, I know you got some pushback. You have the floor.
Fam, bro. So, you're calling out the IWC. Meanwhile, you're sounding like the leader of the IWC right now.
Yeah.
Are you really going to sit here with a straight face and tell me nobody's interested in Cody Rhodes finishing the story anymore? Are you really going to tell me that? Like, be honest, be serious. Like, camera's off. Are you really going to sit here and lie to me and tell me that people aren't interested in Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns anymore? Because last time I checked, everybody's still interested in Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Now, we might not be. We might. Well, I'm definitely not. I was never interested in Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, but I realized that I am the 1%. Sylvan, my brother, my beautiful brother, you are the 1%. O'Shea Jackson, Cube Jr., my guy, you are the 1%. The world is interested in Cody Rhodes versus Roman. We not, because we the IWC. Like, I know that we forget that. We think that the IWC is just imaginary thing that just exists outside of us. But we got to embrace it. We are a part of the goddamn IWC. Our opinions don't always align with the real world. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns is still a huge match, and people are very invested in it. Now, there is a larger problem here, and it goes back to my first topic. The reason that you feel like you're not invested in this is because you are invested in the bigger star. The biggest star in WWE right now is not a guy of this generation. The biggest star in WWE right now is the biggest star of yesterday, and that's The Rock. The Rock walked right in and outshined everybody. Cody Rhodes outshined. Seth Rollins outshined. The Usos outshined. Roman Reigns, oh my God, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns feels like a little boy right now. He feels like Jimmy Uso when he stands next to The Rock. The Rock is dominating all these segments. Whenever he's out there, we're glued to the TV. This past Friday, I ain't gonna lie to you, I skipped most of SmackDown. Once I realized that The Rock wasn't gonna be on SmackDown, there was no reason for me to watch. I am that invested in The Rock because The Rock is a real superstar. He's a real transcending megastar. WWE lacks that right now. And right now, with The Rock standing in the ring with them, it's never been more evident. It's never been more evident. I am more interested in The Rock versus Cody Rhodes than I am The Rock versus, or not The Rock. I'm more interested in The Rock versus Cody Rhodes than I am Cody Rhodes versus Roman. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. The Rock is the biggest star, and with him not being on TV, it's taken away from this Cody and Roman dynamic. It really is.
I'm gonna give you some pushback, just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit,
tad bit.
How did we feel about The Rock versus John Cena? Night 2. Twice in a lifetime.
Okay.
How do we feel about it?
So here's the thing. Back then, I was on my wrestling purist super nerd wave. So I absolutely hated the idea of The Rock versus John Cena. I did not want to see it the first time, and I damn sure didn't want to see it the second time. I was all about Bryan Danielson and CM Punk. That's what I wanted to see. I'm a sick man. I am a nerd. I know I look cool. I'm sitting here with a Capital Trucker hat and vintage Martine Rose. This is about like $2,000. You can't get this anymore. You know what I'm saying? This is archive. It's archive. So I know I seem like I'm a cool guy, but I'm really a nerd at heart, bro. I am a sick individual. And when Cody Rhodes is out there cutting promos with Roman Reigns, like, I don't want to see that. I want to see some nerd shit. I want to see Will Ospreay. I'm just playing.
Yo, you're not lying though, Qwan. That was definitely that was an Exodus time for Qwan. For sure.
Yeah, but when we got The Rock versus John Cena, like, I did not want to see that back then. But I do understand that it was a huge once in a lifetime match.
It was
like, I get it.
It was a huge deal, right?
Yeah.
I think what The Rock and a lot of these guys from the past understand is how to pull emotion from stories. Case in example, right? The reason why Night 2 worked so much was because they both were pulling from a story that happened 2 years ago. John Cena lost that Night 1, proved he wasn't the man, and then had a lineage of losses until he got his shot again at The Rock at WrestleMania 2, right? I mean, at the following WrestleMania. Now, I mean, say what you want to say about the match, but the story was there, right?
Mm.
When I look at this situation right now, right, we're going to part 2. These two individuals aren't pulling from that story at all. And that's largely due to how they're not able to have that art form. Now, The Rock knows how to do that. We've seen that in the promos he's cut just on social media. How he's detailed the story, right? Went into the story about how Cody Rhodes had a conversation with him and then didn't consult with him that he was going to change his mind, and why he's so pissed because he talked about his family, and why now he has gone to a place where he's going to become the authority figure to make sure that Cody doesn't finish his story. That is why we're invested. Yes, The Rock is the biggest, and he is far more talented on that mic in a lot of capacities. But the main thing that he knows how to do is to include the story and draw the emotion from the story to make things feel urgent, to make it feel like I need to know what's going to happen. Those two guys in that ring, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, did not do that at all. It was just jab here, jab there, jab here, jab there. Where's the emotion? Why are we not pulling from this year and change that you guys have?
Bro, this is the rematch. This is the rematch for all the marbles. Cody Rhodes had to sit in the ring next to a rubber chicken last year as people left WrestleMania upset because he lost. So they don't really need that much build, bro. All they need is this is Cody versus Roman 2 for all the marbles. That's enough build right there. But the real problem is, I know you want to get something off.
Continue.
Let me get this up.
Do you think?
The real problem with this feud is that WWE is attempting to build two separate main events between the same goddamn people at once. So it's weird. It's like it's getting conflated and convoluted because on one hand, we're trying to sell this whole tag team match, but at the same time, we're also trying to sell Cody versus Roman the following night. But those two matches both involve Cody and Roman. So it's weird trying to sell both at the same time. But the results of night 2's main event largely depends on what happens night 1, in my opinion. So once we get through night 1, then we'll be more excited for night 2 because we'll know if the bloodline is going to be in the building or if they're not going to be in the building. Like that's a huge deal. But until we get there, it's just going to be a bunch of convolutedness at the top of the card because they're trying to build two separate main events that involve the same people at once. It's kind of weird. We've never seen nothing like this. Like we've never seen like the main event of night 2 happen night 1, but in a tag. Like it's weird.
I mean, we kind of saw it with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, because he had two matches the same night.
Two matches the same night. We saw it a little bit, but even then, like I'm just pushing back because there's a reason why we care about The Rock versus Cody Rhodes more than Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, and it's not just because
it's
The
just
Rock
because
is-
The Rock is
it's
the star.
not.
Dog.
I'm telling you,
yes, it is, man.
I'm not, bro. It's not. It's not just because
That's why I care.
I feel you. I feel you. But like I'm looking at this, I'm looking at this, and I'm like, it's not just because The Rock is so great. Like, obviously he is, but we have to look at the reason why he's great. It's because he knows how to tell stories. He knows how to pull from things. I don't know why Cody hasn't said, "Do you know what it felt like to have to sit in the middle of a ring and watch the entire crowd leave as your moment was slipped from you?" Because
It's coming, man.
Because people have no, it's not, Qwan. It's not coming, and that's why I'm here to tell you, Qwan. It's not coming. None of that is happening, bro. Because we've seen it, bro. Like this was the chance. We are 2 weeks away from WrestleMania, and this was the moment. I believe this was the moment for Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes to cement why this matters. They didn't do that. The Rock understands intellectually how to sell a match. It's not going to just be, yo, we got a tag team match because I got a tag team match. He's going to create he's going to create urgency, bro. These guys are not creating urgency. They're just like, oh, yo, this is where all the marbles, so let's just go out there and pity pat.
Look,
and we're seeing it, bro. We're seeing it in real time. People are
man, Cody was out there
not
crying
liking
a week ago. He was out there on Raw, like shedding real tears. He putting emotion in it. Let's be honest.
Cody
I hate
always
to say
cries,
this,
though. He
Cody
always
stay
cries.
crying.
He's staying
He got
crying. Like,
Cody. Please stop crying, bro. Like it's not a good look.
Stop that. I don't.
He be out there like my mom, but like, bro, stop,
Yeah,
stop.
he's gotta stop it, man.
And we was calling him Cody Devontae Rose, man. We taking that Devontae back. You out here crying. You're not Devontae. You just Cody. But look, man, let's be honest. That was mean. I'm sorry.
That was
sorry.
mean, dog.
But look, let's be honest, bro. And I hate to say this. Because I love Roman Reigns. But at some point, we just got to admit, Roman Reigns ain't really like that. He don't have it in him. Like you want emotion from Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is the most nonchalant, one-note character in WWE, and he's great at it. Like he's really great at it. Don't get me wrong, but his character is very one-note. He's nonchalant. He's the tribal chief. He's obsessed with himself, and that's all he is. The Rock is more like he has more dimensions when it comes to this, and so does Cody Rhodes. That's why Cody Rhodes is out there. He's able to go out there and cut promos where he cries and gives you real raw emotion. I just don't think Roman has that in him.
Okay, so I agree. I definitely agree, right? So in that case, right, you don't have to go out there and just be emotional, right? But I'm challenging the writers, at least, because I don't really know who's involved in the
Don't
writing.
put it on the writers.
I'm just saying I don't know who's involved in the writing team on this, right? I don't know, but I am challenging the writers to at least include content that you can draw from to sell this more. I think about HBK versus The Undertaker, right? HBK versus The Undertaker, part one, right? Part one, we saw the narrative, right? It's just two phenoms, two people who are just going against each other.
Mm-hmm.
HBK is arrogant. He's just like, I can beat you. He comes out in the all white. He's trolling The Undertaker. Like, he's just showing, like, I don't care about none of your mind games. And then he loses. He loses, right? And then a year later, the Slammies come up, and we see HBK obsess. I know I can beat you, bro. He goes to Royal Rumble, loses, and is like obsessed. He's taking it out on people. Nobody understands why. People don't even understand why this means so much to him. But we're seeing that he can't move on without this. So much so that he costs The Undertaker the match at Elimination Chamber for Chris Jericho to win, it just in order to get his attention and say, nah, bro, you don't get it. He even went to The Undertaker and challenged him before that. And The Undertaker was like, nah, you don't get another second chance. That, to me, with the streak versus the career on the line, that's pulling from somewhere. It's pulling from a place.
Talking about. Look at who we talking about, bro. We talking about HBK, Shawn Michaels, and The Undertaker.
Absolutely.
At some point, we just got to stop expecting people who aren't capable of certain things to suddenly be capable of certain things. Like Roman Reigns is not going to give us that. He is very one note and one dimensional. And that's how it's gonna be. Roman Reigns is not HBK. He's not going to go out there and give us an emotional, angry HBK style promo. He not, because he don't have that in him. He don't.
I'm going
Like
to push.
right, like
All
right.
continue.
No, nah.
Continue. I'm not,
Bro,
continue.
right now, the best character work in a feud right now is being done by Jimmy and Jey Uso, because they don't lack what Roman lacks. They got that heart in them. When Jey Uso was on that mic speaking about his big brother, who's only like 30 seconds older than him, it makes absolutely no sense.
No sense, bro. It's like,
but I believe it's like, what?
Y'all are definitely twins, bro. It's like, come
right,
on,
like,
bro.
what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And he's like, I haven't seen you in a year. We don't ride together anymore. And it's like, bro, we know that y'all ride together all the time. Like, y'all love each other. Y'all love each other. Stop. But that's what I'm saying. When he's saying that into the mic for those 30 seconds, I believe it. Like, I believe it. He's convincing, because like he's putting his all into that promo. He's putting his heart and soul into that goddamn promo. Roman don't have that in him. He lacks it. And I know we all got enamored with this whole tribal chief character, so we forgot about Roman Reigns' shortcomings. But don't forget about the last 10 years of Roman before the tribal chief transition. He wasn't that good, man.
Yeah,
he's never been that good on the mic.
He wasn't.
The best promo work outside of The Rock in this whole feud has been Paul goddamn Heyman. That tells you everything you need to know, bro.
I understand where you're coming from. I do disagree about the Roman thing. I think Roman has that emotion. We've seen it in certain instances.
When?
Bro, we've seen it against him and Sami Zayn. We've seen it against him and
did we?
So yeah, we did.
Let's be honest.
Man.
The Sami Zayn
Why would you play
dynamic
games
was
with me. You know, like we know he can. we know Roman can like pull from a place, dog. Like,
nah. Let's be honest. At one point, we're gonna look back and admit that Jey Uso carried that Sami Zayn thing.
I mean, yes, I'm not taking that away from him. I do just think that this comes down from writing. Like, from a writing standpoint, there's just certain things that can be emphasized. I don't need people to go out there and be Shakespeare, but like, you know, just like, we didn't need the tit for tat. We needed Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes to pull from experiences that were already there. It's like, you know what it is? It's like going to a test and your professor tells you, hey, you can use the book, right?
Mm-hmm.
You use the book and you can get your answers. But instead you're like, I don't need the book. I'm just going to try to see if I can go off memory. And you end up failing. And it's like, well, the book was right here. All the answers were right here. It's like, why couldn't they just go back to those experiences? That's all I got to say. I mean, you know.
You got to be a dumb dude to fail a test that's open book.
And that's what we're seeing.
You had the answers right there, and you still.
And that's what we're seeing, dog. We're seeing.
You got to be a real idiot, dog. Like, come on, man.
That promo is not great, man. So, it is what it is.
Hey,
but we're here.
Right. I will admit that promo did suck. I was like, come on, man. When Seth Rollins pulled up in a hoodie, I was like, all right, this is what we doing, bro.
Brother.
This is what we doing. We pulling up with hoodies now, though. Like, are we all solo Sokoa? Come on, man. Like, this is not hot. This is not hot at all.
Mm-mm.
But I mean, we'll see. I'm still excited for the match. I'm still excited for the match, and I honestly, as we get closer to the date, I'm starting to believe that Cody Rhodes might actually win. Like, I'm starting to feel like Cody Rhodes might actually win this match. I don't know what's going to happen afterwards, but
I mean, if he does, great. In my opinion, I don't think he's winning, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm excited to see what happens. I'm not excited for the match, though.
That's cap.
Why
are you capping, bro?
I'm just saying. I'm at a point where this doesn't feel urgent to me. I just want to see what happens so we can move on. I
just want you to remember this. I just want you to remember this moment in 2 weeks when Cody Rhodes and Roman go down to the ring and cut like the most insane promo ever, and now you back on board. Because that's what you do, man. I'm noticing this about you, Sylvan.
Qwan, you don't believe
I know
in miracles,
you.
man.
I know you.
You don't believe in miracles. You know that's not gonna happen, bro.
I don't believe in miracles.
We're getting the Rock. We're gonna get the Rock for the rest of these SmackDowns, bro. And like, that's it. Like, it's over. It's over, dog. If there's anything I needed to see, if there's anything that any of us needed to see, it was that last promo be effective. This was their shot, and they blew it. and I don't know what to tell them. It's over. We're 2 weeks out. We're 2 weeks out.
Are we really 2 weeks out from Mania?
Bro, 2
like,
weeks
is
out
it really
from
only
Mania.
2 weeks?
Bro,
Jesus Christ.
We are 2 weeks out from Mania, bro. It's March 24th. It is over,
fast.
bro.
That was fast.
This was their shot. Man, it's over.
All right, well, we'll see. Well, look, I want to hear from the people at home, man. How do y'all feel about this feud and how it's playing out? Do y'all think that, it's blown its load? Pause. Why did I say that?
No, Diddy,
why did I
bro.
say that? No, stop saying no, Diddy, man. Please stop. Please stop. That's so disrespectful, man. Come on, man.
Hey, yo, man.
But a lot of people out there, they do feel like this feud has fallen off a cliff. I want to know if the people at home actually feel that way. Are y'all still interested? I'm still interested. I want to see if Cody Rhodes is going to finish his story, but maybe that's just me. Let us know down below in the comments. And like I said earlier, if you haven't already, please head over to wwhomies.com and take a look at our merch, man. Maybe cop something. I'm trying to feed my family, dog. I need the money. Buy something
for my kids. If I get knocked.